Long time no see, Isabel. How are you? Can you guess where I am right now? I'm actually on vacation. Also, do you know who I'm with? Hey, it's been a while. I didn't expect that I would receive your message. What's up? Are you traveling with your husband? You know what? It's not my husband. Guess what? I'm with Luther. I'm traveling with your husband. Huh? Are you telling me that both of you are having an affair? Are you stupid enough to let me know about that? Can you just explain to me, Bertha? Yes, your husband is having an affair with me. How's that? Are you frustrated? Oh, I forgot to tell you where we are now. Where do you think we are? I don't care where you are. Are you out of your mind? I wouldn't talk to someone who is having an affair with my husband. I don't care where you guys go. Why don't you go to outer space or wherever you want? You don't have to act tough, Isabel. I know that you're really frustrated. It's sad, isn't it? I'm in Miami with your husband right now. The sunset is so beautiful and we're spending a romantic moment together. What? I'm sorry that we're having fun without you. Too bad that you're not having fun. How dare you say that? I feel so uncomfortable because of what you told me. I know. Because I, your best friend, just took your husband away. It's like the end of the world for you, right? Yeah, you're right. I guess you are too shocked to even say a word. Anyway, it's your fault that it happened because you neglected him. He was taken away from you like this. You didn't take good care of him. Do you understand that? Maybe, yes. Is there anything else you want to say? Something like how much you love your husband and so on? I'm so bored with your short responses. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm tired of taking you seriously, so I've decided to just listen to what you have to say. It's also tedious to listen to you bragging about something I don't want to hear. It's not worth my time at all. I know you wanted me to be disappointed. Too bad that it's not going to work out the way you wanted to. What? That really pisses me off. How rude. Just like Luther said, your response is boring. I think he has a good point. From a guy's point of view, you're not cute. That's why you lost your husband to your best friend. Yes, I guess you're right. Whatever you say. Go ahead and be as triumphant as you want. I had a feeling that Luther was cheating on me for a while, and I knew that he was going on a trip today. I had an inkling, but I had no idea that he was going on a trip with you. So, you suspected him of cheating on you, but you didn't even flinch a little? You should have told me sooner. I was so excited to see how you'd react, and now I feel like an idiot. Boring. Well, I know you're an idiot. What are you going to do about your husband, Elliot? You're hiding the affair from him, right? Oh, don't worry about that. Elliot and I originally planned to split up. There might be a little trouble, but we'll work it out. I want to be with Luther more than that. I see. I feel sorry for Elliot for marrying a wicked woman like you. You have ruined his life. Huh? I'll say those words right back at you. How dare you make Luther suffer so much? Do you have any idea how desperate he was? You're the worst. You've ruined Luther's life. Huh? You don't know anything about me, so don't act as if you knew everything. What did I do wrong? Don't say that it was because I didn't take good care of him. Luther is the one who should be blamed. Cheating behind my back just because he was lonely is out of the question. What a lousy guy. How can you say that it's Luther's fault? Explain to me. I didn't tell you, but he's a night owl, and he loves to visit the red light district. He comes home in the morning on weekends, and because of that, he sleeps all day during weekend. So it's like I'm basically living on my own. I'm the one who was lonely most of the time. Don't you think so? That's a lie. Luther didn't say anything about that. He's not the kind of person who loves to visit the red light district. Well, I don't think that any man in the same situation will say out loud that he loves to visit the red light district. It's embarrassing. Anyway, it doesn't matter anymore. You're divorcing Elliot and will get married to Luther, right? That's fine. You can do it if you want to. I won't stop you, so be my guest. You won't stop me? Why? Why should I stop you? It's not worth it. As for the rest, can you please talk to Luther's parents who are sitting in front of me looking uncomfortable? For your information, your parents are apologizing to me too. So can you stop bothering me with your stupid messages? Wait! What do you mean that my parents are apologizing? It can't be helped. Both you and Elliot are married. This is what people call double affairs. It's faster to let both parents know rather than having a conversation with you and Luther. But it's terrible to make them apologize to you. You're such a cruel woman. That's rude. Your parents did it on their own will. I didn't force them to apologize to me. I don't even want anything to do with this. Why don't you get back home right away? You're in big trouble. You just want us to come back home because you're jealous of us, aren't you? How pathetic. You'll see when you get back home, so you better be prepared for the worst case scenario. Yeah, whatever. I won't believe your lies. Anyway, when I get back from my trip, I'm getting married. So get the heck out of my way and divorce Luther. Fine then. It's your choice whether you want to come back or not. Do whatever you want. See you. I can't wait to see what my mother-in-law will do to you. Huh? What on earth are you talking about? You really piss me off. Hey, why didn't you tell me about Elliot the other day? That's terrible. We're best friends, aren't we? How dare you say that we're best friends after what you did to me? I told you to hurry up and come home, didn't I? By the way, are you home now? I thought you're coming home the next day. Seems that you were enjoying your cheating trip anyway. I had no idea this was going to happen. Can you please explain to me? Well then, listen carefully. I bet you didn't come home right after I told you that Elliot was going through with the divorce proceedings, did you? That's not true. Elliot didn't know anything about the affair and trip. I don't think so. Elliot knew about your affair. What? How did he find out? He knew before I did, and he had proof for that. That's probably why he was so diligent about filing for divorce while you were away on vacation with Luther. Looks like you have a smart husband. I'm glad that he divorced you. I can't believe he had proof of my affair. I was thinking to tell you that Elliot was going through with the divorce proceedings, even though you betrayed me. Don't you think I'm a kind person? I think I did a good thing. Why didn't you just tell me at the time I called you then? You're so mean. I changed my mind because I didn't think it was necessary to be nice to someone who betrayed me. I'm surprised at myself. I can't get into the house. What's going on? Looks like the locks have been changed. It's terrible that Elliot did this to me without permission. Don't complain to me. I mean, how dare you talk like that? It can't be helped that you can't enter the house because you and Elliot are already divorced. Do you understand that? What? Divorced? Yeah. Elliot said that he filed for divorce the day you guys went on your cheating trip. Both of you are strangers now. It must be nice for you, right? Huh? What do you mean? I heard that you suspected Elliot of cheating on you before and made him write the divorce papers. You said that you'll file those papers, didn't you? That's why he had the divorce papers already filled out. Are you telling me that he filed the papers with the authorities? That's what it means. Looks like Elliot hired a lawyer when he had all the evidence. So why don't you ask his lawyer about the details? I'm sure he'll be able to explain it to you in detail. Wait a minute! So you're saying that me and Elliot are divorced? That's what I said. Did you finally understand? He was going to help you unpack the house when you got back from your trip. But you didn't come back, so he decided to change the locks. Well, I can't blame him for doing that. I see. Well, it saved me the trouble of talking about the divorce. Huh? What are you talking about? The fact that you had an affair doesn't go away. I already sent you a certified letter demanding alimony. You have to pay it from now on. Huh? You were having an affair with my husband, so it's only natural that you have to pay me alimony. Like I said before, I have hired a lawyer, so you can't run away. Just get a grip on yourself, okay? Huh? There's no way I can pay that. There's no way I have that kind of money. I don't care. If you want to complain, why don't you talk to my lawyer? That's what lawyers are for, right? Of course, I'm going to demand alimony from you guys too. Be prepared for that. I thought all I had to do was to get a divorce and that would be the end of it. What am I supposed to do now? I don't know. Think for yourself. You make fun of Elliot too much. You're just happy that you're divorced from Elliot, right? I can't allow you and Luther to run away from the alimony. That's too selfish. I'm not saying I'm happy about it. Just make sure you pay the alimony. It's the least you can do. You need to take responsibility for what you've done. Hey, wait a minute. Where am I supposed to go? I have nowhere to go. I called my parents, but no one answered. I don't know what to do next. I don't care about that. Don't ask me. You're my best friend, aren't you? Aren't best friends supposed to help each other when they're in trouble? Oh, give me a break. We're not even friends anymore. I don't want to be your best friend. Never. Don't be so selfish. That's terrible. You have no right to say that word. You were the one who was having an affair with my husband. Oh, and tell that jerk over there that I've already gone home to my parents, so he can take care of your stuff by himself. Goodbye. Isabel, long time no see. How are you? Why are you so carefree to drop me a message? You are behind on the alimony payments. I wonder what's going on. 3 months have passed since the last payment. If you don't pay, I'm going to take this case to the court. Anyway, I won't listen to your demands for a reduced amount. You're being too cold towards your best friend. Don't say that. At least, listen to me. I'm in a difficult situation right now. Is this some sort of a sympathy mission? Why don't we go to the court instead? I have no intention to help you. Wait a minute! Stop talking about going to the court, okay? I'll pay you the money tomorrow. I'll pay you for the delayed amount too. Just wait for that. Oh, really? Fine then. Wait a minute. Can we talk for a while? I have a lot of things I want you to know. Why should I talk to you? We don't have anything to talk about except alimony. The only thing you and I have in common is alimony, right? We're best friends, aren't we? Best friend? You gotta be kidding me. You are the person I hate the most in the entire world. I'm really sorry about what I've done to you. Oh, there was one more thing I had to tell you. That jerk's mother let you move in with them, right? That's great. You're not homeless anymore. I'm glad they picked you up. No, you don't understand. I think I prefer being homeless. Stop kidding me. They make me do housework from morning till night. Luther just pretends he doesn't know anything. I'm falling apart. I knew it. I guess I was right about how I felt when I was married to Luther. Luther's mother was a bully, but somehow I managed to keep a good relationship with her. Someone like you who can't take care and act ahead of time would be a target for her bullying. Oh, I'm so glad that I got divorced from Luther. It's just unbelievable that Luther's mother bullies me. I mean, we're not living in the 19th century anymore. If I talk back to her, she'll say that I must be grateful to her since she let me live with them. She's so sarcastic. Well, it's only natural that you are being treated like that. I'm sure my ex-mother-in-law enjoys having her way with you. Anyway, I'm happy for you. You deserve that. You're the one who wanted it anyway. Wait! Don't say that. It's dozens of times worse than I thought. I should never have had an affair with Luther if I knew that I'll end up like this. What am I supposed to do? I don't know. It's too late to regret it now. I wish you luck. No, wait! How have you been doing, Isabel? What do you mean? I was wondering if you are living a happy life. Are you telling me that you want me to be in despair since you stole Luther away from me? What a cruel woman. I didn't mean it that way. I just wondered how you are doing. Now that you and Luther are divorced, you're on your own. I wonder if you're happy with your life now. Okay then. I started dating my boyfriend a year ago and we're engaged. I'm very happy. Seriously? 3 years have passed since my divorce, so it's just natural for me to have a boyfriend. People change, and so are their feelings. Yeah, I know, but I'm surprised. At first, I couldn't imagine remarrying either, but then I met someone and I felt that he was the right one. It went smoothly to engagement. If you got engaged, that means you're getting remarried soon, aren't you? With who? What kind of man is he? Do I have to answer that? It's none of your business. Please don't say that. I want to know. Come on, tell me. What's he like? Where does he work? What does he look like? What's his name? Is he handsome? I don't want to tell you, so I'll keep my mouth shut. Bye, Bertha. Wait, Isabel! It's Alex, isn't it? Are you engaged to Alex? Tell me the details. Oh, you again. How did you find out about that? Are you stalking me? That's not important. By the way, where did you guys meet? Alex was really popular in high school, wasn't he? It just happened. We met at a friend's wedding. We're both divorced, and we just clicked in some way, and we ended up going out. I think it was a fateful reunion for me. Are we done here? You don't have to tell me anything else. I don't even want to talk to you. I didn't know that Alex is divorced too. Then, I guess I'm just as good as you are. I think I can have fun too. Huh? What are you talking about? You're crazy as always. Give Alex to me. The only way for me to get my human life back is to remarry with Alex. I'll break up with Luther. What? Are you out of your mind? Are you really that stupid? What kind of nerve do you have to try to steal someone's partner twice? Because that's the only way. I can't meet someone new in this situation. I'm living in hell now. I don't think you can get away from your current situation. You are married and you are a slave to your mother-in-law. But you were in that situation because you wanted that, right? You don't get it, do you? I need Alex to escape from my sticky situation, so give him to me. You really are a jerk. I would never let you steal Alex from me. Moreover, Alex will never choose you in the first place. It's not about giving him to you or anything like that. It's worth a try. Even Luther got off easily. If I'm attractive enough, I can do it. Even if you take Alex away from me, I'll charge you extra alimony. You'll be drowning in debt for the rest of your life. That's fine. I'll just ask Alex to pay for it. Then everything will be fine. What? Alex was wearing a very expensive suit. That means he makes a lot of money, right? A husband with high income is the best. I bet he can afford to pay my alimony. I'm speechless. The alimony I paid you was all Luther's money. I'm obeying that sarcastic mother-in-law, so it's only natural, isn't it? There's no need for me to pay it by myself since I don't have money for that. I thought you paid the alimony by your own money. I'm so dumbfounded. I can't believe that I was best friends with a jerk like you. I guess I need to cut ties with you right away. I'm so lucky that you are my best friend. I just need to get a new husband from you. And then, again, if you think the next guy is better, you can trade with me. It's a very good relationship, don't you think so? Please, keep it up. Can you please not say anything creepy? Alex is my precious person, not yours. There's no point in trying to do anything about it. Please don't ever contact me again. I will contact you again. Even if you block me, there are plenty of ways to contact you. Oh, but if I take Alex away from you, you'll be alone again. So I'll keep sending you messages. That'll make you feel less lonely, right? Don't worry, I won't be lonely. Do you even know what you're talking about? To be honest, it's pretty crazy. I think you've lost your mind living in slavery to your mother-in-law. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I don't know what you're thinking. Frankly speaking, you're creepy. I got an idea. Why don't you and Luther remarry? That's the best solution. I'm so smart, aren't I? What's the matter with you? Enough is enough. You're definitely out of your mind, Bertha. There's nothing wrong with me. If you remarry Luther, everything will be back to normal. Oh, I knew it. Alex and I were destined to be together. You've seriously lost your mind, haven't you? If you keep pestering me, I'll talk to the police. I haven't done anything yet. You can't call the police for that. They won't do anything. Well, I'll go to see Alex soon. Just do me a favor and tell him about that, okay? I'm looking forward to it. See you later. It seems that Alex and I are not a match. So can you get someone else for me? Huh? What are you talking about? I don't know anything about that. Find someone else yourself, you stupid woman. I heard you ambushed Alex's office last night. What the heck are you doing? Do you really want to get arrested? No, it wasn't an ambush. I was just thinking to say hello to him. I thought maybe he's the one for me. Alex said that he was taken aback. What? Your hair was shaggy, your body was swollen and bloated. You were also dressed in tattered clothes. Alex was scared because a suspicious-looking woman in tattered clothes suddenly came running toward him. He also said that he felt as if he were the main character of a horror movie. He thought he was going to be attacked. That's right. Alex was mean to me. He looked at me and shouted, "Don't come here, you monster!" How rude of him. I heard that too. He called me with his voice shaking, saying he had a real horror experience. Poor guy. Anyway, you were about to hurt him physically. That's so rude! By the way, you seem to have changed a lot since you married Luther. I thought you'd lose some weight since you seem to be working hard, but I didn't know that you've turned into a big fat woman. Isn't it usually the other way around? I can't help it! When I'm stressed out, I start to binge eat. I see. Alex said he really can't handle a big fat girl, so there's no point in approaching him. If you had attacked him that night, he would have reported you to the police. Oh, Alex told me that he never wants to see you again, even though both of you were in the same class during high school. He said that he doesn't want you to show up in front of him ever again. Don't say such a terrible thing! It's hard for me too! Oh, I heard the story from Luther. You're being blamed because you can't have a baby, right? I'm sorry to hear that. Did you hear that from Luther? Why? Why are you contacting him? I heard it when I went to his parents' house with Alex. What? You came to our house? You came to Alex's office out of the blue, so I was about to file a complaint to your parents-in-law. Then, Luther and his mother complained to me. She said that you can't have children. They blabbered on and on about things I didn't even ask them about. Looks like they haven't changed at all. No way! Did they say that to you? And even though Alex is right in front of me, they were suggesting me to remarry with Luther. They must be crazy. I can't believe they asked you to remarry Luther. That's really crazy. I told them about you, that you ambushed Alex at his office, and that you said you'd trade Alex with Luther. What? You told them about that? Well, they were stunned. They were so upset when I told them that I'll report this to the police. Luther's parents are very concerned about public opinion. I'm sure they don't want to get into trouble with the police. You're going too far, Bertha. I was desperate to get out of that house. If I don't get out somehow, my life will end up in a mess. I think you can get out. Really? How? After what happened, looks like they've given up on you. The ambush, the violence, the ugly things you did, the fact that you couldn't have children, the fact that you made Luther pay for alimony and so on. They said they just can't forgive you. I'm sure you'll be kicked out in no time. Good for you that you can leave that house. I appreciate that, but even if I get kicked out now, I don't have anywhere to go. I haven't found my next partner yet, and I don't have any money. By the way, they said that you need to pay back for the alimony since Luther was the one who paid. Huh? It's natural to pay back the money you borrowed, isn't it? I don't know all the details, so please confirm it yourself. Wait, Isabel! Please introduce me to a nice guy. Someone with a high income. Preferably someone who will marry me fast. At this point, I don't care who he is as long as he can provide everything I need. Then why don't you just go out and talk to all the men around you? Do it yourself. I don't want to be involved in your life. You're good at scavenging for men, aren't you? Well, goodbye forever this time. No, Isabel, don't abandon me, please! Alex advised me to change my phone number. So I canceled the contract that day and got a new one. Since I use this phone for work, it was quite difficult to tell many people that my phone number has changed, but I have no choice. And as for Bertha, after she was kicked out of Luther's parents' house, it seems that she asked for help from her own parents. But her parents, who did not forgive her for her affair with Luther, refused to help her. She is now homeless and wandering around. Bertha feels that she can survive as a homeless person. She once said that she would rather be homeless, so in a way, it seems like her wish has come true.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I have something important to tell you. Do you have a minute? It's a serious matter, so please listen to me. What is it? You're asking what it is? You're so dull, Tina. Don't you understand? I don't understand. What is it this time? You sure are a dull woman. I'm talking about grandchildren. You've been married for 3 years now. I wonder when I'm going to see my grandchildren. I want to have a child, Dolores, but Gerald and I are both too busy for that now. I know Gerald well. He's working hard at his workplace. It's your job to support your busy husband. But you're not busy, are you? You said that you're just too busy with work and so on. But the truth is that there's something wrong with you, and that's why you can't get pregnant. I'm working too, and it's true that I'm busy. There's nothing wrong with my body. I understand what you were trying to tell me, Dolores. But as I said before, I have to take care of my own mother who's sick. I'm really busy on weekends since I need to visit the hospital and my parents' house. You know what, Tina? You don't understand at all. You're already 35 years old. If you don't hurry up, it will be too late. You don't have time to worry about your own parents. Why don't you at least go to the hospital to make sure there's nothing wrong with their body? You don't have to worry about me. I've taken the related checkups a few times before. You mean your body is fertile, right? Then why can't you have a child sooner? To have a child, it's like to receive a gift from God. So it's not something you can just say and get it right away. Don't you dare to argue with me, young lady. Besides, I heard from Gerald that you've been slacking on your house chores lately. I heard that you've been feeding him frozen meals too. What are you doing? You're not doing your job as my son's wife. I always tell you to make homemade food for the sake of Gerald's health, remember? I don't want my son to stay married to a wife who doesn't cook. I'd like to cook for him every day, but both of us sometimes have drinking parties at our workplaces. Even if I make enough for both of us, there are times when we can't eat. So I make use of frozen leftovers and prepared foods. For your information, they're not instant foods. It's better that way because there's less loss. It's called homemade batch cooking. Oh dear, I think you were just trying to make some excuses for not cooking. You mean your body is fertile, right? Then why can't you do it sooner? Oh, I know why you can't get pregnant. You're eating unhealthy food. That's why you can't have a baby. You seem to be calm and obedient, but the truth is that you aren't a good wife at all. I understand everything about you now. Dolores, I don't think you understand me well. I'm doing most of the house chores at home. Gerald only helps me to take out the trash. I'd appreciate it if you can tell him to help me more with the house chores. What? You're making my son take out the trash? That's terrible. Are you trying to control Gerald? It would be embarrassing if any of the neighbors saw him in that state. Nowadays, neighbors don't even bother to look at you when you take out the trash. Besides, I'm the one who takes care of the other house chores. Gerald could at least take out the trash to help me, right? It's only natural that you do all the house chores. You shouldn't have asked Gerald. You should take out the trash too. I think it's normal for men to do house chores. It's not like the old days. Even so, I'm the one who's doing most of the work. I don't want to hear such excuses. That's the kind of guts you have. That's why you'll never have kids no matter how hard you work for it. It's not that I'm dissatisfied with Gerald, you know. I've been on many overnight business trips lately, so it's hard for me to communicate with him. But I'm doing what I can, and I love my husband. Instead of thinking about how to solve the problem, all you do is just complain. You should be more mature. Gerald makes more money than you, so he's in a different position. Your most important job is to give birth to a child. That's all you can do. You can't even afford to pay for checkups at the hospital because your salary is low, and you're getting selfish because of your low income. I'm just trying to be realistic. You need money to raise a child. Besides, I have to take care of my mother. You're not your mommy's little girl anymore. You're now my son's wife. Your birth mother is now a stranger to you. My mother is not a stranger to me. You're not making any sense, Dolores. You don't have to go every week to take care of her. Someone else will do that for you. If you have time for that, go work on having a baby. Think about your priorities. My father died and my mother is all alone. I want to support her. I'm the only one who can do that since I don't have siblings. Don't be cheeky. I'm a single mother too. Your mother isn't the only woman on her own. It's time you showed some filial piety. What will you do for me? I want to show filial piety to my mother, who has raised me up this far. I'm her only daughter. Besides, my mother never told me to have a child as soon as possible. What are you trying to say to me? I raised your husband, Gerald, to this point. You should be more grateful to me than to your own mother, since you were able to marry him because of my hard work. That's true, but I know my mother's not feeling well right now, so I'd like to go see her, even if it's just for a moment. Are you telling me that your top priority is your mother, and you just want to ignore me? I wonder if she's really sick. Maybe she's just pretending to be sick to get your attention. I wonder if you inherited your selfish personality from your mother. I can imagine what kind of person she is by looking at you. She must be horrible. If she would just go away, you could concentrate on your pregnancy. Please stop it right away. How dare you wish for my mother's death? You're the worst human being. You've hurt my feelings. I think you should apologize to me. Why should I apologize to you? I'm only telling the truth. Don't act so delicate. If you're going to be hurt by every little thing like that, you'll have a hard life ahead of you. That's not the point. I think you've gone too far with your words. Oh well, talking with a strong-willed wife like you is exhausting. Don't skip out on proper prenatal care. That's the only thing you're capable of doing. When you get pregnant, let me know as soon as possible. You got that, Tina? How's it going? Are you pregnant? Tell me quickly. I have an announcement to make to you, Dolores. I can't believe it! At last! You've really made it! My first grandchild! It's the grandchild I've been waiting for. Please don't talk about that now. My mother passed away this morning. Oh, is it so? I was so excited since I thought that I was going to have a grandchild. I'm so disappointed. Are you serious, Dolores? Is there anything else you want to say to me? I can't wait to see my grandchild. That's all, nothing else. Did you hear what I just said to you? I told you that my mother died. I just lost my one and only family member, and you don't even care about that? Oh, I'm sorry. It's just that it happened so suddenly. I was surprised. I'm sorry to hear about your mother. But she was sick all these times, so I'm sure that you were ready for the worst case. Anyway, you'll be fine. You can now concentrate on giving birth. I'll make sure I love my grandchildren on behalf of your mother. Don't worry, you are not stressed anymore since your mother is now gone. I'm so happy for you. You can have your baby now. Get back on your feet soon. I'm sure your mom, who's in heaven now, would be happy to hear that. By the way, I'm sure you'll be fine once you have a baby. Come on, don't be slow. Grandchildren. That's the only thing you care about. What's the matter with you? I'm not some sort of machine that can produce children. Are you out of your mind, Dolores? What? I was just trying to cheer you up. What a horrible thing to say. You're the one who's been mean to me. You're not cheering me up at all. You're doing the opposite. You don't care about my mother. You don't care about me. You only care about yourself. What's wrong with you? You're a failure as a wife and you're not cute. It can't be helped that your mother passed away. There's no way she'll come back to life. We're the only family you have now, so you should take your better care of us. Be more gentle or we'll leave you alone. What do you mean by leaving me alone? I'm telling you that you might be divorced. You should be grateful for my kindness. I'm protecting you. I don't understand. You don't have to protect me, Dolores. I can take care of myself. You can't have children, so you can't complain about divorce, can you? You're just a strong-willed woman with no redeeming qualities. How dare you talk like that to me now, when I'm so weak because my mother just passed away? Silence! Don't make such a tearjerker appeal. You're so gloomy. Anyway, you need to give birth to a child or you'll be thrown away. You'd better remember that. How can you remarry when you're 35 years old and you've been thrown out of the family house? Gerald is just 3 years older than me. So what? It's a different case for men. Gerald can just remarry a young girl. It won't be a problem at all. He can still make babies even when he's 60. I'm sure he'll be able to leave behind his excellent DNA. That's enough. I'm tired of this meaningless conversation. I have funeral preparations to go through, so I won't be able to contact you for a while. I don't have to go to the funeral, do I? Please don't come. I don't want to see you at my mother's funeral. Never. Well, you won't get the money then. I don't need a penny from you. I don't need flowers too. Just leave me alone. Goodbye. If you're pregnant, let me know first. Promise me. I'll say it one more time. To give birth to a child is the only thing you're capable of doing. I can't think about having a child for a while. I'm not in the mood for that. That's all I'm going to tell you. What's that? Are you making fun of me? Don't be such a bully. I don't care if anything happens to you. How's it going? Have you calmed down? How can that be? It's only been a week. I heard you took some days off from work to go back to your parents' house. I got a call from Gerald. What do you think you're doing? You're being selfish. I told Gerald that I'm going home for a while because I have to clean up my parents' house and attend my mother's funeral. He said his room is a mess and the laundry is piling up. How could you abandon the house chores just like that? You should at least come home to do your chores. My parents' house is a plane right away, so I couldn't. Besides, it's only for Gerald, so I don't think it's a great deal. He just has to do the house chores on his own. That's your job as his wife. Making your husband to do the house chores is what a selfish wife does. You can't have children and now you refuse to do house chores. What's the matter with you? I've told you that I couldn't. I'm getting sick from all this talk. Anyway, I need more time to take care of the stuff here. I'll call Gerald to let him know. You don't have to. I'll go to your house to do the house chores since I got the spare key with me. You don't have to take care of Gerald. I don't care about a useless wife like you. I'm his mother. I'll do it for my son. What? You can't just come in with a spare key. It's trespassing and it's against the law. I don't think so. Gerald gave me the spare key, so it's legal. I felt sorry for him, so I told that I would go to help him. He thanked me for that. Do you have any idea about how bad the situation he's in right now? I'm the one who understands him better than you. You know what? I've been quiet all this time, but I think it's the time for me to tell you. What is it? You don't get it at all. Your son is cheating on me. About 6 months ago. with a young girl in her early 20s. It all started when I was away from home to take care of my mother. When Gerald was taking a shower, I happened to see his cell phone on the table, and I saw the definitive message. So I don't think I can get pregnant for a while. So, what's with the snickering over something as trivial as that? Gerald did an awesome job. Huh? Because it means he's popular with young girls, right? As his mother, I'm proud of him. That's how attractive he is. That's wonderful. Are you kidding me? Complimenting a son who cheats on his wife. You must be out of your mind. You don't have the right to say those things. You're in trouble. I don't care how you look at it. That girl is a hot young woman, not an old married woman like you. If you apologize for what you've done, I'll be happy to take your side. Will you change your attitude? Well, you have to promise to live with me and take care of me anyway. If you don't promise, you'll be alone in this world. Let me think about it for a while. My mother just passed away, and I'm having a hard time getting the house in order and sorting the stuff. I'll let you know when I make my decision. Still talking about your mom in this situation? Come on, just make things quick, okay? If you don't do it soon, I'll live with that young girl and Gerald. See you then. Dolores, the packages with my stuff inside have arrived and the sender is you. I got rid of all the stuff in your room, so it's empty now. I was so surprised to see all those junk. I filed your divorce papers too, so we're strangers now. I'm so glad that I don't have to talk to people like you anymore. That's a big help, thank you. What? Thank you, Dolores. I'm grateful for that. What? What do you mean? Of course, it's because I wanted a divorce. Actually, I've been telling Gerald that I want a divorce, but no matter how many times I asked, he didn't listen to me. I'm so glad that I'm now divorced. Gerald refused to get a divorce? That's right. Why? You're the one who refused to get divorced. You're not so tough after all, and you're not cute too. Refuse to get a divorce? Don't make me laugh. I would never do that. I wanted to end the marriage with him so badly, I couldn't help it. You know, Gerald didn't want to divorce me because he wanted me to take care of you and so on. My mother was going through a difficult time, and I was exhausted both mentally and physically. I was very busy at that time. I put off divorcing Gerald until later. I never thought that you, who had been my enemy, would be on my side, Dolores. You deceived me. You should learn to listen carefully when others are talking to you. I was the one who's been cheated. Knowing that, I can't have a child with a person like your son. Oh, I lied about one thing. I wasn't trying to get pregnant at all. What did you say? Besides, the house that Gerald and I lived in was in my name. Now that we've safely divorced, I'm going to sell it as soon as possible. Then I'll start a new life on my own. Huh? There's no way you can afford such a big condo. That's not going to happen. I used the inheritance I had when my father passed away. If you look into it, you'll see what I mean. By the way, Gerald didn't pay a penny for it, but he seems to have told everyone around him that the condo is in his name since he wants to look good in front of everyone. In reality, it's mine. I was wondering why I got married to such a jerk. So I'm glad that you gave me a push to divorce your son. But you've been living together in that condo until now, so it belongs to both of you and Gerald. We can split the property 50-50, so the half amount when the condo is sold is mine and Gerald's, right? Please learn a little more before complaining, Dolores. Don't you know? Inheritance is not subject to property division. So I'm free to do whatever I want with the house I bought with my father's inheritance, which I paid for entirely out of my own pocket. Oh no. That's not all. I won't keep quiet anymore. I have all the evidence of the affair. What evidence? You were out of the house most of the time to take care of your mother. While I was away from home, I got a video from a surveillance camera. It was so weird. Can you believe it? I got a perfect shot of Gerald having fun with his girlfriend. I even took a screenshot of his WhatsApp conversation with that woman. You planned all of those? That's not fair. You can say whatever you want to say. It doesn't hurt or itch. I'm going to make sure that I'll get my money. Besides, Gerald doesn't have any savings, and he has some hidden debt since he's not good at managing his finance. It's going to be tough for him from now on. That can't be true. I won't allow you to make fun of my son. He said he's got a promotion recently. What? I'm the one who got promoted. Gerald is just an all-year-round walker with no title. I have a better salary and a higher position than him. Well, I think he just wanted to show how cool he is. The truth is that he's so bad at work that he did a lot of careless mistakes. I'm sorry that I've told you the truth. Gerald's one and only good personality is just to show off how cool he is in front of others. That's a lie! Oh, I'll send a content certified letter about this affair to you too. I'll also send it to the girl with whom Gerald is having an affair and to Gerald's company. I have to make sure everyone understands. Do that and you'll be all alone. Don't worry about it. I want to part ways with someone who's nothing but stressed to be with. With the money from the sale, I have decided to renovate my parents' house and move in. I have a lot of friends in my hometown, and I'll never be alone. I'll definitely be at peace. It's been hard since my mother passed away, but I've realized how important it is to have someone to lean on. I also realized something else important. What do you think it is? It's how bad the personalities of my ex-husband and ex-mother-in-law are. That's enough. Do whatever you want. I'll live with Gerald and his girlfriend. I'm happier than you. I hope you'll be happy. Oh, I forgot to mention one more thing. Gerald said that he will never take care of you when you need care in the future. That's why he was trying to force me to take care of you. It's terrible, isn't it? He's your own son. By the way, I checked with a detective agency. The girl he's cheating with seems to be having fun with all kinds of people. It seems that she's also after Gerald for his money. So what will happen if the girl finds out that Gerald doesn't have much money? I'm sure she'll dump him right away. That's fine. Gerald will remarry someone nicer right away. Don't worry. Anyway, all I want is to have grandchildren. That's it. And last but not least. What? There's more? Well, about that grandchild you've been pestering me about. The reason why we couldn't have children is actually because of Gerald. It's called male infertility. Seriously? I told you before that I went to the hospital, didn't I? There was nothing wrong with me. I was healthy. I asked Gerald to have some checkups at the hospital just once, and it turned out that he was the cause. His high pride got in the way, and he absolutely did not want to be treated. He never went to the hospital after that. It's not true that Gerald was the main cause. Is that even possible? It's not a lie. Why don't you ask him? They say about half of all infertility cases nowadays are caused by men. Then what about my grandchildren? What will happen to them? If you have Gerald to work hard and get some treatment, you might be able to have one if you're lucky enough. Also, if you have a partner who will work hard with you and your son. Gerald is a proud and stubborn man. I don't know if he'll ever go to the hospital. Are you saying that I won't be able to hold my grandchildren? Oh my God, isn't it your fault? You didn't even feed Gerald properly. This is too much to bear. It's been my dream for so many years. You're always talking about yourself. That's why your son abandons you. Soon you'll be alone in this world. What? Alone in the world? What do you mean? Gerald would never abandon me. But when I told him about the sale of the condo, he turned pale and rented an apartment to live with his girlfriend before you found out. He told me that you're a nagging, constant presence and annoying. He did? Where's Gerald? I'll talk to him. I'm sure you're lying. Well, I don't think I should tell you where he is without his permission. We're strangers now. I don't want to get involved. Tell me where he is. Are you sure you want to behave like that in front of me? If you make me angry, you'll get in trouble. You filed for a divorce on your own, right? So what? Do you have any idea about what will happen if you file for divorce on my behalf without my permission? Did you do it knowing what the consequences are? It's possible, right? It's a forgery of documents. It's a crime. A crime? No way! You can't threaten me like that. So if I sue you, I can get alimony from you too. That's not true. You're scared, aren't you? You're ignorant. But well, I wanted a divorce too, so I won't sue you. Don't scare me. You should be thankful. We are already strangers now, so please don't get involved with me at all in the future. Wait a minute. What goes around comes around. I'm so glad I didn't get pregnant with Gerald's child. What a poor child to have such a wicked grandmother like you. Well, good luck anyway. Bye. Please don't contact me again, okay? Wait, I apologize. Don't leave me alone, please. My ex-mother-in-law was left alone, abandoned by her own son, who was also a heartless and unfaithful man. Because of her bad character, not only was she unable to hold her desire for grandchildren, but she seemed to have few people she could call friends. I don't know where she is now, and I don't want to know. I live freely in my beautifully renovated parents' house and remarried after falling in love with a classmate I hadn't seen in a long time. Sometime later, I got pregnant, and now my belly is big and heavy. My recent husband is very kind and supportive, so I feel very happy. This time, we can create a happy family together. In this house where I lived with my mother and father, my husband and I, together with our unborn child, will create new memories.
Stephanie, are you busy today? Can I have a minute? Good morning, Natalie. It's my day off. Then you can come over to my place. I have some things we need to talk about. Oh, I'd love to come right away, but I have a lot of chores to do today. I've been very busy at work for the past few days. Can I finish them first? You have that much piling up? That's what happens when you don't do it every day. I just happened to have a couple of busy days this week. That's just an excuse. Well, if you're in such a condition, then let me tell you now. What's going on? I got a call from a friend the other day. She said she's having a hard time with her new grandbaby. It costs a lot of money, and she has to take care of the baby on behalf of the mother who is tired and sleeping. She says she has reached her limit physically. Oh. After listening to her story, I thought to myself, when will I get to meet my grandchild? You've been married for 5 years now, right? I think it's about time. We've only been married for 3 years, and your friend was talking about how difficult it is to have a grandchild, right? So, aren't you worried? I'm sure it would be tough if I have one, but you can't wait forever, can't you? I would reach my physical limit too. That's why I think the sooner the better. I think I've said this before with Tim, but as for a child, I'm thinking of saving up a little more first. Oh, you think it's because Tim doesn't make enough money? Is that why you can't save money? No, I didn't say that. I'm just saying that, like you mentioned too, it's going to cost a lot of money, so I want to be prepared. I don't want to raise a child while worrying about money. But if we take it too easy, won't it be too late and too hard? You're taking a risk if you're going to have a baby at an older age. How old are you now, Stephanie? I'm 25 this year. Right? There are a lot of young mothers these days, so I think it's time to have one. It's easier to raise children when you are young. We have discussed the risks too, so we should be fine. Besides, they say that children are a gift, so I don't think there's any point in being in a rush. So please take it easy and wait. If you keep talking like that, I won't be able to hold a baby in my arms forever. But I'm not having a baby for you. I know that, but I don't think you should keep saying work, work, work. I think it's time for you to become a housewife and get ready to have a baby. That's why I'm discussing such matters with Tim. You don't need to worry about that. I'm also thinking about the future. You're talking about it as a couple and keeping me away, aren't you? I'm the one who's worried about you. What are you saying? That's not true. Okay, if you say so, I have a plan. A plan? Yes. Well, that's all I wanted to say. Don't let the chores pile up. Yes, I'll keep up my pace. Tim has asked me to tell him if his mother says anything, so I send a message during lunch break. Tim, are you already on your break? I'm just about to go out for lunch. What's up? If you're asking for dinner tonight, I feel like having a warm chicken dish. Okay, copy that. I'll go buy some later. It's unusual for you to go grocery shopping around this time of day. You usually finish all your chores and shopping in the morning and then relax in the afternoon. What happened? Oh, yeah, about that. I heard from your mother again. Again? What did she say this time? The usual kid thing. It seems like she saw her friend's grandchild. It was a lot longer than usual. I can understand why she wants grandchildren, but it's kind of depressing. Again. I always tell her about that every time. Well, I'm sure she misses it too. I know well enough. As for me, I don't mind having kids. I'd like to have one someday, so... That's true, but if we have a baby, we have to make ends meet only with your salary, you know? And it'll take a few years for me to go back to work.
I know, but I think we can manage somehow.
We can work it out, but you said you wanted to buy a house too. Considering that, we'll have to save up some more money. If we can't manage, we're screwed. If we lower the standard of living, we may be able to manage though.
How much? Will it be much different from now?
I already told you, don't go eat out even once a week, and I make lunchbox every day. Also, cut back on sending money to your mother. If we do all that, I think we'll be fine.
Well, that's tough.
Right? I'd like to talk to her. I don't want her to tell me every time.
Right. I'll stop by at her house on my way home tonight and talk to her.
I'm sorry. Thanks. I feel bad for you.
Well, it's about my mom. In return, make me a nice chicken dish.
Leave it to me. I'll put all my skills into it.
Thanks, but we have to think a little more about the kids too. She keeps nagging you, but in one way, she's right. Let's talk about it again.
I understand. I just don't want her to interfere in such a sensitive manner. It makes me depressed.
You're right. Well, I'm almost done with my break.
Sorry to interrupt your break. After that day, Tim started to drop by at his parents' house on his way home from work more and more often. When I asked him why, he told me that his mother seemed to be suffering from menopause or early dementia, so he was checking on her. It was all of a sudden, so I thought it was strange. He said he wanted to take care of her, so I decided to leave it to him. And then, I didn't receive messages from her, and peace returned to our lives, but...
Stephanie, I haven't heard from you recently. How's your life?
Hi, it's been a while. Things have been going on as usual here. How are you feeling? I'm worried about you.
You don't have to worry about me. Hey, what about the baby? Not yet? I thought it might be better if I didn't contact you for a while, so I've been refraining. When are you going to have one? Haven't you saved up enough money by now?
We talked about that children are a gift. I've been thinking about it with Tim, including money. You don't have to worry.
Money is something that can be managed. You have no will, so that's why you can't have one. Then there's no point in waiting.
That's not true. I do want to have children too.
Do you? You don't seem so. You're always making excuses.
That's not nice of you to say that.
Some people become mothers in their teens. Stephanie, you're already 26 years old. You won't be able to have babies soon. I'm also saying that I'm worried about your body.
I am fine.
If you don't make a grandchild anytime soon, I'll have to think about the future because I can't let this family die out. Give me a grandchild soon.
Huh? What do you mean?
Tim is the only child, and if you don't have a child, our family will come to the end. If that's the case, you know what's going to happen.
What happens?
I have to ask you to consider divorcing Tim because we need a son and heir.
If I don't have children, I should get divorced?
Generally speaking, you know. I'm just talking about Plan B. Of course, I'd like to meet the child born to Tim and you.
You don't have to make up such a pretense. But now I know what you really think. I'll discuss it with Tim.
Stephanie, did I offend you? I didn't mean it that way. I was just making a general comment. Don't take it personally.
Okay, well then. That night, I showed Tim the messages with his mother when he came home and asked him what he thought about it. He yelled at me that I should talk to him later because he was tired and went into the bedroom. He was clearly not the same as before. The next day, I had a day off from work, so I went to Natalie's house to talk to her directly. When I rang the doorbell, a young woman, whom I have never seen before, came out with a quizzical look on her face. Natalie, I'd like to ask you something.
Oh, Stephanie, are you off work today? What did you want to ask me?
Well, I had to take a day off because it's an emergency.
Emergency? What's going on? I'm busy too.
Is something wrong?
It's my problem, so no need to worry. And what is it you want to ask me?
Right. It's about divorcing Tim. I thought we should talk about it properly.
Oh, that? I was just joking. Well, if you say you're divorcing him because you can't have children and take the responsibility, that's a different story though. If that's the case, then I'll take my time and listen to you.
I told you again and again, it's not that we can't have kids. It's just that I don't think it is the right time for that.
Either way, if you don't have kids, it's the same. At least, it's the same for me.
Well, yes. And this divorce thing, by any chance, is it because you're expecting a grandchild from someone else?
Huh? What are you talking about? There's no way. What is it all of a sudden?
Right. There's no way that's true. There's no way that you secretly made another wife and kept her here, right?
What are you saying? You have a great imagination, don't you?
Moreover, that wife is Tim's common-law wife, and he lied to her that he doesn't have a wife and made a child, right? How terrible is it?
Hey, Stephanie, what are you talking about? Something is wrong with you.
The person who came as a helper got along with Tim, so you treated me as if I already divorced him. Wow.
Wait a minute. How do you know?
I actually visited you today, and then an unknown woman came out and we had a chat.
Where are you now?
Why would I tell you? Natalie, do you know what you're doing?
No, I didn't mean it like that. I just, I've always told you I wanted a grandchild, right? You know what I mean.
I don't understand. It seems like you are a joint tortfeasor. You might be sued for fraud later. You lied about Tim being single.
Joint tortfeasor? Fraud? That's...
Don't worry, Natalie.
Huh?
I'll get divorced so you can keep the next person.
Stephanie, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to...
I said, you don't have to worry about it. I'm just going to ask for compensation. Oh, that girl who lives with you, she's also planning to demand you, so you need to pay the two of us. That's a lot of money, isn't it?
That's impossible. Hey, Stephanie.
I blocked Natalie's number and immediately sent a message to Tim. Hi, is it the time to take a break now?
Hi, I'm on my way to eat out. Oh wait, I think I got a call from Mom. I'll talk to you later.
Don't worry, I'm sure it's about the same thing as mine. It's about the divorce.
Divorce? What do you mean? What are you talking about?
You were visiting your mother and having an affair there, right? You lied to a girl that you were single.
How did you...
She was your mother's helper, huh? How sneaky. I was shocked when I found out.
Hey, what are you talking about all of a sudden? It's a misunderstanding. I think you're misunderstanding something.
What were you going to do? She's pregnant. Were you planning to divorce me and remarry her?
No, not like that. She accidentally got pregnant.
I knew it. So what were you planning?
You know, she was just a concubine.
A concubine?
I needed a son and heir. Don't worry, you're my real wife.
Are you stupid?
Hey, we still need an heir, a child to take over the family. Isn't that what Mom said? but you didn't seem to want to have one, so I had no choice.
Whether you had no choice or not, cheating is still cheating. There's no way I can be with someone like that. To be honest, I don't even want to see your face, so let's get divorced.
But if we do that, the concubine will become my real wife. Is that okay for you? As for me, everything will work out, so it's fine.
Yes, I'm fine with that, but I will demand you compensation.
Huh? Seriously? I don't like that idea. I don't have any money.
Huh? Seriously? Of course you have to. Are you and your mother both idiots?
Hey, I feel bad for you, but I think it's better to celebrate our new beginning by not demanding the compensation and we break up. You could at least congratulate me a little for having an heir.
What are you talking nonsense? Think about the common sense. Of course I'll demand you.
The child is innocent, right? Don't you feel sorry for that child? It leads to his future too.
You know what, Tim? I'll tell you something, since you seem to have misunderstood. The concubine you're talking about, I'm with her now.
Huh? What? What are you doing?
What am I doing? We're going to fight together against you and your mother, so it's only natural that we are together. She and I are both victims, and she's pregnant. I have to protect her.
No, wait. What the hell is going on?
I went to your parents' house, met this girl, understood the situation, and saved her. We are ready to fight together in anger at being tricked by you and your mother. Long story short.
So you both know the whole story about this case?
Of course we do. She told me everything. Too late. I already talked to your mother, so I'm sure that call was about this case.
Oh God, I don't know what's going to happen to me.
Well, you guys will probably both end up with paying the compensation. You'll have to pay for your sins.
Oh no, I'll change my mind, so let's start over again.
Of course I can't accept that convenient request. I'll never forgive you and your mother.
Stephanie, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Please. I'll apologize as many times as I have to. So please forgive me.
No. No matter how I think about it, it's impossible. Nobody can accept it. Well then, I'll have my lawyer call you with the details. Of course, I had a lawyer to make both of them pay us a huge amount of money for compensation. It wasn't our fault in any way, so it was only natural. By the way, the girl who was at Natalie's house is called Kate. When she went to pick up something she had forgotten, she told me that Kate yelled all the grudge and complaint at her. So she argued with her in a loud voice at the front door. Of course, the neighbors could hear her voice, so this story has spread to everyone. As a result, the neighbors call them the Palace of a Fake Lord.
How was this month, Estela? I'm hoping for good news. To be honest, I'd like to hear from you before I ask you like this. Well, I don't care either way at this point as long as you give me good news. Good morning, Phoebe. What are you talking about? What do you mean by good news? Stop fooling me around. I was asking if you're pregnant or not. As I told you before, I understand that you're looking forward to it, but me and Jared will decide on the matter together. So for now, could you please watch over us? That's why I'm watching over you like this. I'm not your enemy. What's wrong with me watching over you every month and waiting for you to give me the good news? Because I want to know as soon as possible. It's my first grandchild. I'm going to be a grandmother, remember? Of course, I can't wait to hear that you're pregnant. I understand your feelings, but we have our own ideas and our own pace, and I don't want you to put pressure on me and Jared. I'm not trying to be mean, Estela. I'm just looking forward to it. I'd prefer a boy if possible, but I'm okay with a girl at first. They said that it's better to have a girl first. Anyway, I'll babysit your child, so don't worry about that. Phoebe, I think you're expecting that too soon. We won't know the sex until I get pregnant. Besides, whether or not we'll have 2 kids, we haven't decided about that yet. You're still 25. You can easily have 2 kids, can't you? Do it while you're still young. With Jared's salary, you should have no financial problems. So what are you waiting for? You have nothing to worry about. It's going to be the first child for both of us. That's why I want to talk it over with my husband and make a careful decision. You're a bit too optimistic, aren't you? You've been married for a year now, so I think it's time to get pregnant with your first child. Excuse me for cutting this conversation, but I need to go out right now, so let me stop here for now. Oh, I see. I still have a lot more to say to you. Anyway, let's have a proper discussion later then. With Jared's participation, of course. We'll have a long talk then, and you won't be able to escape. Oh my! What are you going to do with such passivity? Now that you're married, you have to be more proactive. You were trying to surprise me, weren't you? If so, it was a big success. But if you're pregnant, you better tell me. What? No, I don't have any good news for you yet. Oh my God! Our neighbor, Miss Adams, saw you go into the obstetrics and gynecology clinic. Don't hide it. Tell me, you're pregnant, aren't you? Well, obstetrics and gynecology is a place for non-pregnant women as well. I hate to say it, but that's a misunderstanding. I don't want you to make assumptions based on eyewitness information alone. What? Then what is it? I'm sorry. I'll switch with Jared. Estella, I'm not finished talking with you. Say it from your mouth.
Mother, it's me, Jared.
Estella and I were just having an important conversation.
Don't worry, she's sitting next to me. But since you're being so forceful, it seemed better if I spoke first. So we switched.
Oh no, something serious? I'm getting nervous here.
Actually, we're in the middle of fertility treatment.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. So that means Estella is infertile. Oh my God, that's terrible. Why did you marry such a person, Jared? What should we do then? Oh, now I finally understood the situation. That's why Estella only responded negatively whenever I mentioned about pregnancy. Surely it's not a good conversation topic for her. Enough is enough. This is such a waste of time. I don't want to wait any longer. Why don't you two just get a divorce?
Don't be hasty. We're still in the middle of a conversation. Estella isn't the one who's infertile. Me too. Did I make myself clear to you, Mother? Let me say it once again. I'm also infertile.
What? You too? No way. I'm supposed to have given birth to a perfect son.
Me and Estella wanted to know before we got married, so we both got tested just to be sure. And the results showed that we both had a little bit of a problem. Well, we were told that fertility treatments would help, so we're working on it.
I didn't know anything about that. Since when? When will you two get better?
I don't want you to worry. If I told you, you'd be all over me, wouldn't you, Mom? I decided to give it a go for 2 years, and if I don't see any results, I'll let you know. But Estella was asking me for advice on various things. She confided in me that she was having a hard time emotionally because you kept asking her about the pregnancy. I realized that not talking to you as early as possible was counterproductive. I was going to go over there tomorrow after work and explain everything to you. But as you can see, you're putting pressure on my wife again, so...
It's hard to believe that you're infertile too.
It's true. I'm getting proper treatment now. I just want you to shut up for a while and let us go at our own pace. Will you watch over us?
The longer I watch over you, the older Estella will get. I still think it would be faster to get a divorce.
What? Why?
It's a matter of probability. It can't be helped that you're infertile. You'd better remarry a woman who isn't infertile then. Even if you're going to continue fertility treatment, I think it would be better to get married to a fertile woman. I think the chance of that woman to get pregnant will be much better than Estella. Leave it to me. I can introduce you to a young girl. I just need to have that girl take a fertility test first.
Mom,
Jared, you should do that. Don't let your feelings take over your rational mind. You need to think about the future.
Are you serious? Do you even know what you're saying?
Of course I do. I'm serious. My grandchildren is the top priority. I want to hold my grandchild in my arms as soon as possible. Do you understand me?
I understand.
Well, that's good. That's my son. You're so smart. Then, I'll proceed with the blind date right away. You go ahead with the divorce with Estela as soon as possible.
Divorce is out of the question. My wife is not a child-producing machine. I'm not leaving my wife for a woman I don't even know just for your sake. That's impossible.
What's wrong with you, Jared? You shouldn't speak like that to your mother.
Are you really my mom who gave birth to me?
Jared, what's the matter?
Don't you ever think about how you would feel if someone said the same thing to you?
Huh? But I wasn't infertile.
That's not what I'm saying. The feeling of wanting to conceive a child of someone you love, you understand that, don't you? Estela wants to, but she can't yet. That's enough. I'm not going home anymore.
What? Jared?
When we have a baby, I'll never let you see him or her in person.
Why are you so angry? You don't have to go that far.
I'm blocking you and Estela's doing the same thing, so there's no point in contacting us.
Hey, Jared, wait! When my husband reported this incident to his father, he was very angry and scolded Phoebe for her lack of delicacy. A month later, my husband's request for a transfer was approved and we decided to move. In addition, the good news continued, and thanks to the fertility treatment, I got pregnant. After spending 10 months and 10 days without incident, I gave birth to a healthy baby boy. However, I did not tell my mother-in-law about this. Perhaps she may have heard about it through rumors. Apparently, she has a knot in her head that she thinks that as long as she has a grandson, she can go back to her former relationship. My father-in-law kindly suggested to keep it as a secret because it seems that my mother-in-law doesn't understand that she is the main cause of the problem. My father-in-law sometimes sneaks out to the baby, though it is an hour-and-a-half drive from his house. It will be a little while before my mother-in-law will be able to hold her grandchild in her arms. Kelly, where are you? Are you playing on the computer in your room again? You must be in a good mood, playing all day long. You're a housewife. Don't skip house chores. Your dear husband is working hard outside. Oh, Lavender, I'm not playing games. I'm not at home today. What? Don't tell me you used the spare key to get in again. It's terrible to enter an unattended house without permission. Eddie should have taken that key away from you. How did you get in? It's easy. I just made another key. When did you do that? Even so, I don't think you're allowed to do that. That's not a big problem. It doesn't matter. What on earth are you doing out on a weekday afternoon? You're hiding something, aren't you? You're not having an affair, are you? There's nothing but suspicion. Of course I'm not having an affair. Looks like you've been watching too much drama, Lavender. I'm sorry, but I can't keep texting you. I'm standing on the side of the road and I have an urgent matter to do. Can we talk later? Huh? Even though I still have some more things to tell you? How rude! I really need to go. I'm sorry, but it's about time. I don't have much time. Oh, please don't go into my workroom without permission. I don't want anyone touching anything there. It's locked, but just in case, you could pry it open. Wait, Kelly! I still need to talk to you. Excuse me, Lavender. I'll see you later. Kelly, are you there? I have an important thing to tell you. Good evening, Lavender. What is it this time? You're so impatient, aren't you? I'll get straight to the point. From today on, you're going to live with me. No excuses. You have no choice. What? Why so sudden? You can't just decide something like that on your own. You can't hide it from me. I know. You've been told at the hospital that you're dying, haven't you? I heard about that. What? Me? Dying? Where did you get that from? I heard you have 3 months to live. Poor unfortunate girl. You know your own life expectancy and yet you got married to my son? It's totally a scam. It's against the common sense. You should have told us before getting married to my son. Looks like my son got married to a woman with a time bomb. Where in the world did you hear about that? You can't fool me. You were at the hospital yesterday. Oh, yes, I just went to visit a friend in the hospital. You're lying. Do you have any friends? You are such an outrageous wife. I'd really like my son to divorce you right now, but it wouldn't be right for the world to see me kicking out my son's wife who's been told that she's dying. But you know, even if you just let me deal with you every day like this, your crime of deceiving and marrying Eddie isn't right. I'll let you atone for your sins. Isn't that a good idea? For the remaining time of your 3 months to live, you must devote yourself to me. I'll have you move in with me starting today. This is no time for leisurely recuperation. I'm not going to put you in the hospital. Well, since you said that so suddenly, it's hard to give you an immediate answer. You must decide right away. Your time is short. Eddie, are you still at work? Do you have a minute? I'm in a bit of trouble.
Hey, what's up?
I don't understand how it happened, but your mother has been saying some strange things to me.
What? Somehow, I have a bad feeling about this. Are you okay?
Don't be surprised of what I'm gonna tell you now, okay? She told me that I have only 3 months to live, and in order to devote the 3 months I have left, she's asked me to move in with her and take care of her starting today.
Huh? I don't think this is something funny. What do you mean by moving in with my mother and taking care of her? Kelly, you just had your health check last month and was told that you are super healthy. I don't think a person as healthy as you has only 3 months to live.
It's just like that. Funny, isn't it? Becoming some sort of slave for your mother for 3 months? It doesn't make any sense at all.
Oh, could it be that thing?
Yes, I was thinking about the same thing. Maybe that's it. Maybe she came into our house without my permission again and was listening to that while I was in my workroom.
I see. Trespassing again. And now she's being paranoid. Oh, gosh.
So, what should we do? Do we have to execute that plan?
I think it's the right time to execute that plan since we're well prepared. Well then, looks like the mission has started.
Roger, see you later then. Kelly, you're always late for everything, aren't you? I haven't received your reply. How long are you going to make me wait? Sorry to have kept you waiting, Lavender. I got a call from someone I know. Hang up the phone right now. Such a phone call. I don't have the whole day for you. So, what's your reply? Okay, I won't be hospitalized. Good. You're being awfully nice. I'll have you work for me every day. You don't have time to get sick. I'll take care of it, but I'll need some time to move in. What? For what? Hurry up! I need to prepare a change of clothes and other personal items. Are you asking me to move in with just the clothes I'm wearing on right now? Your neighbors spread a bad rumor about you if you live with your daughter-in-law who wears the same clothes every day and don't change, right? That's indeed a problem. I have to be considered as a nice person by my neighbors. I know, right? So please give me 3 days. I'll do my best to get ready. I won't embarrass you, Lavender. Also, you have some allergies, right? I'm sure that the house will be covered in dust during this period. You will definitely have a hard time with sneezing and runny nose if I don't clean the house. I definitely don't think it would be a good idea for you to come quickly. I don't have a choice. I don't like dust. So I'll wait until you're ready. Well, 3 days will do. No more than that. Kelly, today's the 3rd day. I'm sure you're ready to go. You should be the one who need to let me know about this before I send you this message. It's already evening, so get your ass over here. Stalling for time won't help. I've left a lot of chores for you to do. If you don't come soon, you'll just get busier. There's a lot of trash all over the house. I'm leaving it all out so that you can have a rewarding time cleaning them. I need you to clean the bathroom, and I need you to wipe the windows and then clean the front door. Cleaning front door and the bathroom are the basic chores. And for starters, I need you to make dinner for tonight. I'm starving, so please make it really quick. Before that, I need you to wash the dishes for the next 3 days. So you'll have less time than you think. Oh, and you'll need to buy some groceries too. I want you to make me a steak dinner tonight with the finest beef to celebrate the start of our new life together. Of course, you will pay for all of it. You only have 3 months to live anyway. So what's the point of leaving money behind? Spend all your money on me before you go to heaven. Hello, Lavender. Sorry for the delay in getting back to you. Me and Eddie have arrived at a new place around mid-afternoon. Gosh, what a busy day. What? You're already here? How come I don't see you guys? We're in the middle of unpacking, but we're doing our best. I've been so busy with work that I haven't been able to catch up on cleaning up. I'm working on my computer right now. By the way, we're planning to have Chinese food delivered for dinner tonight. Huh? What are you talking about? I haven't received any of your belongings, and you yourself aren't here yet. Where are you now? Have you gone crazy from the shock of being told that you only have a few months to live? Are you being delusional? Are you okay, Kelly? Kelly! Yes, Lavender, what's wrong? I'm busy, you see. I told you, didn't I? Where are you? I'll have you explain it to me properly. I thought you were just being paranoid and you didn't want to live with me, so I came to pick you up. There's no one in the house. The family next door told me that you moved out this morning. I told you, didn't I? I'm not being paranoid. My brain is still working well. Anyway, me and Eddie finished the move by mid-afternoon. What are you talking about? You think you can just run away like that after what you did? You agreed to move in with me. You said you would live with me, not to be hospitalized. I listened carefully to what you've told me. You know that. Are you being paranoid, Lavender? I told you that I won't be hospitalized, but I don't remember agreeing to live together with you. I never agreed to move in with you. In the first place, I wasn't told by the doctor that I was dying. I'm in perfect health. Huh? No way! That can't be true. I heard that with my own ears. It's useless for you to hide the fact about that. Lavender, you came to my house without permission again and listened to me from the front door of my workroom. That's when you heard someone talking about me having just 3 months to live, right? I can't think of anything else. That's right. You can't get away with it because I heard it correctly. I definitely heard him say that you only have 3 months to live. It sounded like you were talking by using online meeting apps or something. That must have been the doctor or nurse talking to you. Lavender, that's a scenario. You misunderstood because you eavesdropped halfway through the conversation. Huh? Scenario? What do you mean? It involves work, so I can't go into the details even for your sake. You know that Eddie is a scenario writer, right? And that he rents an apartment for work? Yes, of course. Eddie works hard every day, unlike you. He's sensitive, you know. He says it's hard for him to concentrate when he works from home. He's been working that way since he was single and when he was still living at the family home. Yes, and that hasn't changed even now that he's married and living with me. In contrast, I use the other room as my workroom. I don't know how much you understand that. You came without an appointment to interrupt my work, either on purpose or by accident, aiming for the time when I'm alone during the day. Huh? Does that matter still bother you? You're living like a parasite and just pretending to be a housewife. I don't think that you're working. It seems like you don't know anything. It's true, isn't it? You're just staying in your room playing video games or something anyway, aren't you? If you've seen your son, who went on to become a scenario writer from home, you know that you can make enough money from home, don't you? When it comes to my case, who is his wife, you instantly don't understand the matter. Is that intentional? Don't you realize that what you are saying is full of contradictions? What? That's rude. Who do you think you are that you're allowed to talk like that to me? I don't think I can get you to listen to me, so Eddie said that he would explain to you. You guys can talk to each other now. Wait! Kelly!
Hi, Mom. I'll take over from here, so listen carefully.
Eddie, explain to me in detail so I can understand. What on earth is going on? Kelly, who was supposed to have only 3 months to live, is actually in good health. Well, she certainly looks healthy, doesn't she? But I definitely heard the voice saying about her life expectancy from her room, and it sounded so serious.
Kelly told me earlier that you were eavesdropping. That was the scenario I wrote.
Huh?
I wrote the scenario about a woman who only has 3 months to live. It was well written, right? After that, the voice actors record the voice over based on the scenario, and then the video editing process begins. Kelly is the one doing that work. It's quite a tough job, you know.
Well,
I don't know if it's difficult for you to understand, but there's a job called video editing, and that's Kelly's job. Maybe you were eavesdropping on the exquisite part where she was watching the video to make sure that everything is in good order. You mistakenly thought it was Kelly who was told about her life expectancy. If you had checked on the spot, this wouldn't have happened.
What did you say?
That's why, Mom. We're going to cut ties with you to protect our lives.
Cut ties with me? Why are you suddenly talking like that? I haven't done anything wrong, have I?
It's not so sudden for me. You know why I didn't work in my room at home when I was single?
You said it was because you couldn't concentrate at home since you're sensitive, right?
I was being nice not to tell you, but the truth is that I couldn't concentrate because you would get in my way.
What? Me? No way, that's...
Mom, no matter how much I say I'm working, you kept coming to my room and talk to me. When I'm writing a scenario, any noise interferes with my work. I can't tell you how many times I've lost my concentration because of you, Mom. If I lose my concentration every single time, I get extra tired and I can't write anything good. It interferes with my work. So I solved the problem by renting an apartment for work and commuting there. I got used to this style, so even after I got married, I selfishly asked Kelly to let me go to the apartment and do my writing as usual. Now you are interrupting Kelly while she's working at home. Do you know how stressful that is?
Well, I thought she was just a housewife.
I explained about Kelly's job to you before we got married, right? I don't think you understood me well enough.
I just thought she quit when you two got married because that's what people usually do, right? I have to ask her to prioritize the house chores.
I told you she'll continue working even after marriage, and she doesn't need to prioritize the house chores. And you're clearly bullying my wife. Even if you misunderstood that she only had a few months to live, you're giving her a hard time.
Well, that's not true. It's a misunderstanding. I mean, a mistake.
Anyway, I'm disappointed at you for hurting someone I care about. Besides, you're messing up our lives and our business. So please stay out of our lives. I don't want you messing up our lives anymore.
No! Wait! Listen to me, Eddie. Then what am I supposed to do now? I'm already divorced from your father. Are you going to abandon your mother who has to live alone at home?
You don't have to live alone. If you're lonely in the future, I can help you to enter a nursery home or at least help you with the paperwork.
Are you kidding me?
If you don't want to live with strangers, you could always go back to the countryside where your uncle or aunt lives. You're still young enough to work, and if you don't like my suggestion, you can handle everything by yourself. I can't take care of you anymore.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to do either of those things.
And don't call me pretending that it's urgent, okay? If you have to, go through your aunt or uncle. Well, I'm going to cut ties with you, so I'll never see you again. You have to be strong on your own.
No, please don't do that to me. I don't want that. Eddie, don't leave me alone.
Farewell, Mom.
At first, we were just going to move into a slightly larger apartment that we liked. But after Eddie found out that his mother started to bully me after she misunderstood that I was dying, his anger finally exploded. He decided that we should move to a new house that he had rented in advance, and then he declared about cutting ties with his mother. With a deep sigh of relief, he muttered that it was the right decision to move to a distant place. My mother-in-law, who was left behind, spent some time trying to get in touch with Eddie and crying for help to all her relatives. Finally, Eddie's uncle, who is Lavender's younger brother, urged her to return to her hometown. However, this time, the same thing seemed to repeat itself. She was caught snubbing at his nephew's wife, who was living with him, and had to be kicked out of the house after less than a month of living together. She is now living a lonely life in a shabby apartment at a nearby town.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!